Chairman, I think one thing you didn't mention about Richard was I think that he led the team at KPMG which did all the work on the AMP demutualisation in the late 1980s. I think there is an issue, sorry, the late 1990s. There is an issue, I think. At the time it was mentioned that the governance issues around a major service provider then coming onto a board. It was very much a sort of a 1980s style appointment. Conversely, obviously Richard has a lot of experience from having worked on the demutualisation, and he is the longest serving director, having been here since March 2000. There's no one else who's got any corporate memory on this board from the demutualisation process, including Craig, who only joined in early 2000 as well. The problem, though, was that Richard, I think, quite quickly joined as chairman of the Audit Committee, and then the 2003 accounts came out declaring that you were worth $18 billion. Signed off by the auditor, Richard, chairman of the Audit Committee, and your market cap had actually crashed to about $5 billion. So to this day, that set of accounts remain the most inaccurate or overstated accounts ever produced in Australian corporate history. It's $13 billion over the odds. Now, you then blew up close to $10 billion in the UK. You wrote off a $5 billion loss in 2004. Richard was re-elected in 2003 with 81% of the vote in favour. That was considered a big protest in the context of the times. And he's been re-elected twice since with the usual 99% in favour. Now, we have a set of accounts today which claim we're only worth about $2.12 billion. So our net assets are $2.12 billion, yet our market cap is close to $10 billion. So as the chairman of the Audit Committee right through this process, I'd like to hear from Richard as to how AMP went from having Australia's most overstated balance sheet with $13 billion of claimed assets that was over the odds of the market cap to now having one of the most conservative and understated balance sheets where you're missing $7 billion of value which is not in there. How did we go from this journey, and when will AMP ever produce a set of accounts that actually vaguely have some sort of proximity to what the market's assessment of this business is actually worth? And also, is it Richard's intention to serve for how long? Is it a 3-year term we're looking for here? Because obviously last year we said he was going. So what is the plan now? You've just become chairman of the Life Company, which is a big gig. Does this mean you're redoubling and you're here for the long haul? Or is it just a sort of a year-by-year thing because you've served for so long?
Mr Mayne, thank you. I don't intend going back 10 years or so, but I will say this. Under the Constitution, it is compulsory for directors to retire, but they may be re-elected on an annual basis. This is common to a number of companies, and it is certainly common that directors are reappointed on an annual basis 1 year at a time. And that's the case with Richard. The appointment is for 1 year. As you say, Richard has highly valuable corporate memory, and he has made a great contribution to AMP, and we are very pleased indeed that he's agreed to continue for another year.